Let's get something straight. Attention is the game, full stop. If you don't have it, you've already lost. In 2025, attention is more fragmented than ever. People are scrolling 100 miles an hour. Their feeds are overloaded. Their brains are overstimulated. And you think some half-baked, safe, watered-down content is gonna stop the scroll. It's not. You've got a 1-second audition every time someone sees your name pop up. And if you blow it, you don't get another shot. The biggest mistake people are making right now is they think they're in the business of selling a product or a service. Nah, you're in the business of attention. Once you have it, then you can sell, but too many of you are trying to close deals with people who don't even know you exist. You're trying to win at a game without even showing up on the field. You need to reverse engineer culture. You need to understand what people are actually paying attention to. What's trending on TikTok? What's happening in sports, in fashion, in tech? What's that viral meme form that everyone's using this week? What's your audience laughing at, crying over, arguing about? Because if you're not tapping into the world they care about, you're just talking to yourself in an empty room. And here's the punchline: you can't fake it. People can smell inauthenticity from a mile away now. You want attention. Be real, be honest, be raw. Talk about your losses, talk about your wins, document the journey, share the process, post that imperfect video. Go live when you're tired, be human. That's what cuts through in a world of overproduced, over-edited, meaningless noise. The biggest brands in the world are acting like creators now, and the smartest creators are acting like brands. It's converging, and if you're not doing both, you're irrelevant. Your logo means nothing if it doesn't have a voice. Your company mission doesn't mean anything if people don't feel emotionally connected to it. You get attention by making people feel something, period. Let me hit you with this. The truth is, most people don't lack talent, they lack patience, they lack consistency. They make 3 posts, don't go viral, and then quit. That's like doing 3 push-ups and wondering why you don't have abs. Attention is earned. You earn it by showing up every single day, even when no one's watching, especially when no one's watching. People get discouraged by low views, but those 5 views, that's 5 human beings who gave you their time. You treat that like gold. You respond to every comment. You DM them and say thanks. You care. Because that's how you build community, and once you've got a community, you've got leverage. The algorithm isn't your enemy. The algorithm is a mirror. If your content's not working, it's not the algorithm's fault, it's yours. You've got to adapt, you've got to test, you've got to listen. The market tells you what it wants. You don't dictate, you serve. People will try to complicate it. They'll tell you you need the perfect strategy, the perfect branding, the perfect team. It's a lie. You need action. You need volume. You need to try stuff. You don't get attention by planning in Google Docs for 6 months. You get it by putting out your first 100 pieces of garbage content, learning, evolving, and staying in the game. You think it's too saturated? Good. That means there's a market. That means there's demand, but you don't win by copying. You win by bringing something only you can bring, your story, your truth, your unique lens. No one else can do that, and if you lean into it, people will listen. You've got to stop marketing like it's 2013. You've got to stop thinking your logo and your website are what matter. They don't. The only thing that matters is whether you can earn people's attention today. In the feed, in the moment, in real time. And look, I get it. You're busy, you're tired, you've got 500 things on your plate. But this is the game now. You want to grow, you want to win, then get serious about getting attention. Because attention is the gateway to everything else. Trust, sales, growth, opportunity. This isn't a suggestion. This isn't optional. This is everything. Attention is oxygen in 2025. Without it, your business dies. With it, you can build anything, so the only question left is, how hard are you willing to go to get it? Most people are obsessed with selling. They're waking up every day thinking, how do I make the next dollar? How do I close the next client? How do I get more conversions? And look, I get it. Sales keep the lights on. Sales pay the bills. But if you're only focused on transactions, you're going to lose in the long term, period. Because in 2025, The game isn't about selling anymore, it's about building a brand. A brand is the thing that makes people choose you when they have 1,000 other options. A brand is what creates trust before the sale ever happens. When you have a brand, you don't have to chase, you attract. That's the difference. You could be running the best Facebook ad campaign on earth. You could have the most optimized funnel ever created. But if people don't feel something when they see your name, if there's no connection, you're always going to be swimming upstream. Building a brand means playing the long game, and that's why most people don't do it, because the long game is hard, it's slow, it requires patience, and we live in a world where everyone wants everything yesterday. So what do people do? They take shortcuts, they run shady ads, they overpromise and underdeliver, they sell aggressively to people who don't trust them, and they wonder why they're stuck in the hamster wheel of constant outreach and diminishing returns. But when you focus on brand, you're doing something different. You're not chasing people, you're building equity. Every post, every video, every DM you send, it's a brick. And over time, those bricks stack up into something real. People start to associate you with value, with consistency, with authenticity, and when they're ready to buy, they don't even think twice. They already know you, they already trust you, because the brand did the work before the product ever entered the conversation. Think about how people make decisions now. They Google you, they check your Instagram, they look at your content, they watch your YouTube shorts. They're not reading your sales page first, they're checking your vibe. And in a split second, they're making a decision. Do I trust this person or not? If the answer is no, it doesn't matter how good your offer is. If the answer is yes, you don't even have to pitch that hard. The reason most businesses are struggling in 2025 isn't because their product sucks, it's because their reputation sucks, or worse, they don't even have one, they're invisible. They're so focused on optimizing for clicks and conversions, they forgot that behind every click is a human being with emotions, and emotions are what drive buying decisions, not features, not benefits. Emotion, brand is the emotional glue. It's the reason people line up for Apple launches. It's the reason people drink Starbucks when there's a cheaper option across the street. It's the reason someone will spend $60 on a t-shirt with a logo on it. It's not logic, it's connection, and you're not building that by constantly hammering your offer. You build it by showing up, providing value, telling your story, and staying consistent. The funny thing is, once you build a strong brand, the sales come easier. It's ironic. The people who stop selling so hard actually end up selling more, because people want to buy from them, people trust them, people root for them. Your brand becomes a magnet. You stop having to convince people. They're already convinced. They just need the link, and here's the beautiful part. Building a brand doesn't require money. It doesn't require fancy tools. It just requires you showing up, being honest, sharing what you believe in, creating content that actually helps people, engaging in real conversations, building real relationships, being known for something bigger than just trying to get paid. Look at the people dominating online right now. They're not the ones constantly yelling, "Buy my stuff." They're the ones providing so much free value that when they do make an offer, people feel lucky to pay them. Because they've already given so much. That's brand, that's leverage, that's how you win. Sales is a moment, brand is forever. Stop being obsessed with the close and start getting obsessed with the connection. Play the long game. Build something meaningful, and the money, it'll take care of itself. The reason most people aren't winning right now is simple. They're not producing enough content, or worse, they're overthinking every piece of content so much that they end up posting nothing. In 2025, content is not just marketing, it's everything. It's how people find you, how they trust you, how they connect with you, and eventually how they buy from you. You can have the best product in the world, the best offer, the best intention. But if you're not showing up with content every single day, you're invisible, and invisible businesses don't win. The truth is, content is the variable. Not the market, not the economy, not the platform changes, not your competitors. The only thing that separates you from someone crushing it in your industry is how they're using content and how you're not. Everyone's got access to the same platforms now. You're not competing for market share. You're competing for mind share. And the only way to win mind share is by being present, being consistent, and creating content that actually makes people stop, feel something, and think, I like this person, I want to follow them, I trust them. And here's the thing, content doesn't mean you need a production studio. You don't need a team of editors or a viral strategy. You just need to show up on your phone, in your voice, with your truth, every single day. You're not too late. You're just not loud enough. The algorithm can't help you if you're not giving it anything to work with. Stop trying to be perfect. Perfection is killing your momentum. That extra hour you're spending editing a video that never gets posted, wasted. That draft sitting in your notes app for the last 3 weeks. Irrelevant. Nobody cares if the lighting isn't perfect. Nobody cares if you stumble over a word. They care if you're real. They care if you're you. And the more you try to polish every detail, the less authentic it feels. The raw stuff, the messy stuff, the behind, the scenes, that's what people actually connect with. The volume matters. That's the part most people don't get. Everyone's chasing quality, and of course quality matters, but if you're only posting once a month, you don't even have enough data to know what your audience actually wants. Volume creates feedback. Feedback creates clarity. Clarity creates better content, but you can't skip the volume part and expect to win. You've got to go through the reps. You've got to make bad videos, post mediocre captions, and learn in public. That's how it works. That's the cost of success in 2025, and let's talk about fear for a second. So many people aren't posting because they're afraid of judgment, afraid of what their coworkers might think, afraid of what their friends might say, afraid that nobody will watch, or worse, that people will watch. But here's the reality. Judgment is a tax you pay on ambition. If you're trying to build something real, you're going to get judged, period. The difference between the people who win and the people who don't is that the winners keep posting anyway. They don't let fear run their strategy. They let their vision lead. You're one post away from something breaking open. That one story you share could change everything. That one video could get picked up by the right person. That one carousel could unlock a whole new audience. But you'll never know if you don't put it out. Sitting on content is like sitting on lottery tickets and refusing to scratch them. It's pointless. Content is leverage, but only if you use it. And you don't need to go viral to win. Forget the views. Forget the likes. That's surface level. What matters is that you're consistently showing up in front of the people who matter. It's about depth, not just width. 10 people who trust you is more powerful than 1,000 who don't care. Content builds trust, and trust is the only real currency online. In 2025, every person, every business, every brand is a media company first. Your Instagram isn't just social, it's your storefront. Your LinkedIn isn't just networking, it's your resume. Your TikTok isn't just entertainment, it's your billboard. And if you're not thinking like a creator, you're getting left behind by people who are. So if you're stuck, start small, pick one platform, make one video a day. Write one post a day, set a timer for 20 minutes and hit publish, even if it's uncomfortable. The key is to move, to post, to get in the game, and then iterate, improve, adjust. You don't need to be great to start, but you have to start to get great. Content is the variable of success. It's the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. It's the engine behind every breakthrough, and it's 100% in your control. Not your followers, not your budget. You've got the phone, you've got the voice. Now it's time to go. There's a lot of noise out there about AI taking jobs, killing industries, and replacing people. And while everyone's panicking and pointing fingers, the truth is sitting right in front of them. AI isn't the threat, it's the tool. The people who are going to win in 2025 are the ones who lean into it, not the ones who run from it. The people losing are the ones complaining about it on Twitter, while others are using it to 10x their output. save time, and execute like never before. Every time there's a major shift, whether it was the internet, social media, mobile, it comes with fear. People resist what they don't understand, but that resistance is exactly why most people get left behind. They cling to the old way of doing things, hoping the wave will pass, but it never passes. It gets bigger. And if you're not riding it, you're drowning in it. That's the game. AI is not coming for your job, but someone using AI, that person absolutely is. They're working faster than you. They're generating ideas quicker than you. They're testing content, optimizing campaigns, editing videos, writing emails, building systems, all at a speed that's never been possible before. Not because they're smarter than you, but because they're using the tools you're afraid of. And while you're debating if AI is ethical, they're quietly eating up your market share. It's not about replacing human creativity. It's about enhancing it. AI can't replace you. Your personality, your story, your brand, your unique way of thinking. But it can make you more efficient, more productive, more capable. It's not here to do your job for you. It's here to take the grunt work off your plate so you can focus on the stuff that actually matters. It's not about laziness, it's about leverage. Think about how much time people waste doing repetitive, low-value tasks, writing the same type of emails, reformatting documents, searching for that perfect stock image, brainstorming for hours on a campaign that still ends up sounding like everyone else. Now imagine cutting that time in half or more. That's what AI does. It frees up your time so you can invest it back into real strategy, real content, real connection. And here's the kicker. Most people aren't using AI because they're waiting to understand it fully before they touch it. That's a huge mistake. You don't need to understand how the engine of a car works to drive it. You don't need to be a programmer to prompt ChatGPT. You just need to start, open the tools, ask questions, play, fail, adjust, learn through use. The people who wait until everything is perfect before jumping in, they never jump. Meanwhile, others are already lapping them. The speed of innovation right now is insane. What AI could do a year ago is a fraction of what it can do now. And what it can do 6 months from now will blow our minds again. So, if you're waiting for the right time to get comfortable, you're choosing to fall behind. Early adopters always win because they're not afraid to be messy at the beginning. They understand that mastery doesn't come from reading, it comes from doing. It's like this: if you had the opportunity to hire the most efficient intern on earth who worked 24/7 for free, would you take it? Of course you would. That's what AI is. It's your silent co-pilot. It's not about replacing people. It's about making people more powerful. You still have to direct it. You still have to guide it. But it's an amplifier, and in a world where speed matters more than ever, amplification is everything. But let's be real. There's still a human element AI will never touch. It doesn't have your gut instinct. It doesn't know your audience like you do. It doesn't build relationships. It doesn't carry your tone, your empathy, your emotion. That's why AI plus human is the real weapon. Not one or the other. It's a partnership. And the people who learn how to use it as a partner will crush the ones treating it like a threat. The most powerful thing you can do in 2025 is drop the fear and pick up the skill. Experiment, tinker, break stuff, learn, because the people who are thriving in this new era aren't necessarily the most talented. They're the most adaptable. They're the ones who stay curious, the ones who don't complain. The ones who see tools as opportunities, not obstacles. AI is here. It's not a maybe. It's not a trend. It's the new normal. And if you're still stuck in your old workflow, you're getting outpaced by people who are willing to rewire their process. This is your moment to adapt or fall behind, not in 5 years now, so don't fear it. Learn it, use it, integrate it, build with it, because in the end, AI won't replace the people doing the work. It will empower the ones who are willing to do the work smarter. Everybody's got a reason why they're not where they want to be. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough followers, not the right equipment, not the right support. The list goes on forever. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. None of that matters if you don't execute. Period. You can have every idea in the world, but if it never leaves your head, it's worthless. Execution will always beat excuses, always. You're not losing because you don't have talent. You're not behind because of the algorithm. You're stuck because you're not doing the work. You're stuck because you're waiting for things to be perfect before you start. And in the time you've spent planning, someone else with less talent, less money, less opportunity has already put out 50 pieces of content, launched their offer, and started building momentum. That's the difference. It's not about who's smartest, it's about who moves. Every excuse is a comfortable reason to stay exactly where you are. It feels safe to blame something outside yourself. It feels easy to say, I'll start next month, or once I upgrade my gear, or once I have more clarity. But let me ask you this, when does that moment come? Because for most people it never does, and that's the trap. You talk yourself into waiting, and the window closes while you're stuck in the blueprint phase. Execution doesn't mean everything you do has to be great. It means you put it out anyway. It means you post the video even if the lighting sucks. You launch the product even if you're nervous it won't sell. You pitch the client even if your website isn't perfect. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress, because progress compounds and perfection paralyzes. The people who win are the ones who are okay looking dumb at first. Here's what most people don't get. Action builds confidence. Not the other way around. You don't wait until you feel ready. You do, and the readiness shows up later. You post, and the skills come. You speak, and the voice develops. You try, and the path reveals itself. The more you execute, the more you realize the excuses you had were never that real to begin with. In this game, speed matters. The longer you wait, the more opportunity passes you by. The market is moving fast. Trends are moving fast. Attention is shifting in real time. And if you're still debating whether to post or not, someone else already took your spot. If you've got an idea, run with it. Make the first version. Ship it, fix it later. Done is always better than perfect. You can optimize once you've started. But if you never start, there's nothing to fix. People spend years building business plans and zero time building momentum. You don't need more strategy, you need more output. You need more content, more conversations, more tests. That's where the answers come from. Not the thinking, not the journaling, the doing. You don't outthink your way into success. You execute your way into it. And look, execution doesn't mean hustle to burnout. It means intentional action. It means doing the thing that moves the needle every single day, no matter how small. One cold DM, one piece of content. One connection, one post, one pitch. You stack those up over time and you're unstoppable. But if you keep telling yourself why it's not the right time, you'll look up in 6 months and realize you're in the exact same place. Excuses sound good in your head. They give you temporary relief from the discomfort of growth, but they're lies. Lies you tell yourself to avoid risk, and every time you listen to them, you train your brain to choose comfort over movement. That's the real cost of excuses. It's not the missed opportunity. It's the erosion of your own trust in yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and don't, you chip away at your confidence, but the reverse is also true. Every time you execute, even on something small, you build self-trust, you build identity, you start to see yourself as someone who does what they say, someone who shows up, someone who delivers, and that identity shift. That's where real power comes from. Execution creates data. Data gives you clarity. Clarity gives you confidence. Confidence gives you speed. Speed gives you momentum. And momentum is how you win. But you can't get any of that if you're still stuck in the excuse loop. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to move, take the shot, post the content, start the project, launch the offer, send the message. You'll figure it out after you start, not before. And once you start executing consistently, you'll look back and realize the only thing that ever held you back was the story you kept repeating in your head. Execution is the unlock. It's the bridge between the life you have and the one you want. And it's 100% in your control. No more waiting, no more excuses, just do.